So Merriam Webster had a definition of racism. Okay, their definition of racism was a belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. Okay, that seems like a fairly good definition to me, right? It's about racial superiority. So white supremacy is an aspect of racism, right? And then Merriam Webster, at the behest of a 22-year-old wokester, decided to email them. There's a recent graduate of Drake University, Kennedy Mitchum. She said should get into arguments with people who pointed to that definition of racism to support their position. In other words, probably what people were saying is, what I'm saying isn't racist. Racism is about superiority of one race over another. Or when you say bad things about white people, that's also racist. So this person emailed Merriam-Webster. She said, I basically told them they need to include that there is some systematic oppression on people. It's not just I don't like someone. It's a system of oppression for a certain group of people. Okay, notice, this has been a long time left-wing trope. The left-wing trope is that racism is not just you discriminating against a person. It is a racist feeling combined with power. And this alleviates any need to look at the racism that comes from quote-unquote dispossessed groups. So if there's a black American who says something racist about white Americans, like all white Americans are bad and racist and part of a supremacist system, if you say that and a white person says, that sounds kind of racist to me, you're judging me on the basis of my skin, they say, right, but I'm not part of the system of power. You're part of the system of power. So I can't be racist because I'm not part of the system of power. So this is twisting the definition. I mean, this is literal Orwellian redefining of words in order to achieve a political result. The revision would not have been made without your persistence in contacting us about this problem, said Alex Chamber, the editor of Merriam Webster. He said, we sincerely thank you for repeatedly writing in and apologize for the harm and offense we have caused in failing to address the issue sooner. I will see to it that the entry for racism is given the attention it sorely needs. Peter Sokolowski, an editor-at-large of Merriam-Webster, said in a statement, the second definition of racism expressed, first, explicit institutional bias against people because of their race, and second, a broader implicit bias that can result in an asymmetrical power structure. So now they're going to redefine racism to mean there is asymmetry in power or in outcome. And that means broader implicit bias. So again, this is now redefining the term racism to just say that inequality is racism. Okay, you're redefining the dictionary. Guy, this is too on the nose. It's too on the nose, guys. I mean, honestly, if you're going to redo 1984, you really have to tone it down a little bit so it's a little more subtle. Having a full-on Department of Words to go ahead and just redefine everything according to your lines, it's a little on the nose. I got to say, it's a little on the nose. The writers this season, they've been too on the nose.